All right, what is up, everybody? Um, just got finished with a ranked game. Unfortunately, I wasn't streaming at the time, but I had one of my viewers ask me if I could do a commentary on one of the Talon games that I played, and I actually got the chance to play one recently. So I'll redo the video spectator mode and add on some commentary as to what I was thinking at the time and why I went for certain items over others and what the whole general thought process was while I was playing. So our lane matchup was against a Renekton. Let me just pop this open here. So we're up against a Renekton. Normally, if you're fighting a Bruiser as Talon, most likely you're gonna have a pretty tough time. If not, you're gonna lose. Just hands down, that's how it works. Because they scale armor early on just through naturally leveling up, and there's no way around that. Your lethality items, sure, you can go ahead and you can buy some lethality items and you can try to get ahead of them and try to look for kills, but at the same time you're just going to be kind of beating your head against a wall because sometimes you might get lucky if they play or they misplay. Other times you're just going to die. It's plain and simple. Unless you're fed, unless you're already ahead. So at the beginning, went with sword and pots, just because it's a normal start for Talon. You want to eventually build your sword into either some armor penetration. I always go Tiamat first because I find that extra attack is sometimes that little bit extra that you need to kill them. And I've been too many times where I've played games and I've tried to get the last attack on them only to be like dead because that last little bit, or no, they would run away actually, as they would walk away with like no health left. So yeah, that sucks. So basically here, starting off the game, just started with last hitting, coming close to the minions so that I can set up a boundary and try and deny him some of his farm. And what I do here is I move to the bottom of the minions so I could try and get my blades to hit the minions at the same time as trading to him, so that I'm getting both damage on him and getting the kills from the minions. Right now he's going to play pretty passive until he gets to our level. I don't mind all-inning him because I know that he doesn't have, like, not all-inning him, but attacking him like that because I want to keep my stacks fresh on him so that when I get 3 stacks I can queue him, which was going to come up right here. I didn't have that one extra stack. I thought I did, and that's what cost me the kill. So if I would have paid a little bit more attention to my stacks, with this skin it's a little bit harder to see your stacks under the target just because they're all wavy and shit, and gold. And if I would have had my extra stack on him, he would have been dead, ignite, yada yada. But unfortunately, I misplayed that one. It doesn't happen all game. I think I finished this game with 12 and 2, so that's one of my only 2 deaths that I had the entire time. I pinged Udyr to let him know that he had no flash because he basically just used everything to get to me. He was just overstaying for greed and farm, which you never want to do. You always want to try and back if you don't feel like you have enough health or mana. That's not always to say that you want to back every single time. I ping that he's teleported, let him know. Serving table, oh, it has targeted serving table. Yeah, so I let my team know that he's used his teleport and everything. This time, now that he's level 3, I'm going to look to play a little bit less aggressive because our damage spike is in the beginning. After I see that he missed his dash and he missed his attacks, try to get the W to hit twice, and it does, and then go back in with a Q to put the third stack followed up with an auto attack, and which is what caused us to win that trade. I'm maxing Q first on this one just because I wanted the sustain versus him, because Renekton does have sustain just by using, I think it's his Q, when he has full rage. It heals him up. So right now, he's gone back, he's bought, we haven't bought yet. I'm just going to keep on harassing while last hitting. And get 3-point pokes after I see that he's already dashed. If he uses his dash to clear waves, then I'm just going to go ahead and dash in there. Every time that he does something like that, it's perfect to harass him. If he wastes his W, which is his stun, on minion on last hitting, go ahead, all in him. Or not all in him, but do your 3-piece combo. Right now I'm just running towards him to stop him from backing while trying to last hit, because if I can prolong him backing, then it works in my favor. So I'm going to walk towards him again. He's going to move away. I miss 1 or 2 minions doing this, but because he has no health and mana, I can actually just deny him even more minions too. So with him staying in lane, we've now caught up 22 to 22. And I put a ward there because I figured Diana would be coming around this time. We're looking at 4 minutes, 40 seconds. Normally they come a little bit sooner. So with him coming in like that, I back off, go back in once I see that he starts leaving the lane, and then just continue to last hit and deny him last hits. So right now we're up to 27 to his 24, and if we continue this, if he decides to come in and try and get a hit on a minion, we could just 3-piece combo him and he'd be dead at that point, especially with our ignite coming up soon. So my confidence at this point is pretty good. I see that he's coming in. I see Diana coming. I get my 3-piece combo. At this point, she's coming up from the south, so I jump over the wall up here. I level at this point, so I have my ult. Just to be safe, I'd rather use it, get out of there, because the cooldown will be back up pretty much when I get back to lane. It'll be at like maybe 60 seconds, somewhere around there, so only about a minute left to wait, which is not the worst case scenario. It's actually pretty nice, actually. Having such a short ult like that. So I buy myself a Tiamat, get myself some sustaining or some boots and some control wards, so that way I can ward the bottom half of the river in case Diana were to come up from there. I was watching top lane at this point to see if he would actually die or not, and he actually survived. That's why I stopped earlier. So yeah, coming back to lane, we're looking at, see, he's level 5 right now, just turned level 6, so we can't all in him. We have to kind of look for those smart trades. We can clear the wave, try and ping our team if he's leaving, use our Q to sustain while tanking the minions, so that way we don't lose any to tower, and essentially just try to keep a little bit of a lead ahead of him and try and build up more kills ahead of him. This point, I think I was just being pretty safe, using my W to farm from a distance. This one, Q, because his dash range can only cover pretty much half that, and if he double dashes to get to me, which he would have to go through our minion first to get a second dash to be able to dash to us. So he missed his dash. We can pretty much, not all in him, but go in for the third hit, get the bleed on him. At this point, I see that bottom's overextended and we just cleared our wave. The reason why I didn't walk through here and I chose to jump over here is because I was trying to avoid this ward right here. Unfortunately, they got one away, but what I was able to do is burn my ult, get everything down, and kill her. Basically use my W to slow her down, my ult for the extra stack because I was within range so that she already had two marks on her, my Q to close the distance, and then after that use Tiamat for that extra hit with an auto attack to proc the bleed. That's what caused her to die. Now I use the ward, but I noticed that he was sitting in bush because he was probably waiting for me because I had it warded. At this point, I'm just kind of go a little bit closer, see how he plays. If he dashes towards me, then I know that I can actually jump over the wall because it's nice and safe. Come back into lane once I know that he wasn't gonna come towards us, and then just keep on farming. We still have about the same amount of farm, but now we have a kill over him. And at this part, we want to play really safe because we don't want to give up that 150 gold that we have here, bounty. I pinged Udyr saying, like, get the hell out of here, man. You got 3 people heading towards you. He didn't want to listen. He wanted to keep on going. And then on top of that, he felt like fighting her. So I think he gets the kill. I don't remember. No, he definitely doesn't. I went up to try and help him, but it was just a waste of time. I went back to farming lane here. Use Tiamat activate to clear the wave once he's done using his dash. He has another dash right now, so that's why I'm playing it back right, and then use my W to farm the last bits. I do miss a couple, but that's fine. We're still roughly around the same amount of farm as him. Again, we have a kill over him, which is benefit to us. And then this is where I actually start to go and get more kills. So as I see that he's staying in lane, he's trying to push it harder because he saw that I wasn't here. He thought I was backing, which I was going to back, but I had enough mana to at least clear this wave, so that way when I do back, it's a reset wave. It's not like I'm losing a bunch of experience, and I can stop him from backing just by walking closer to him. So now he tries to go here. I saw that he was starting to head up. I hit him with that to let him know that, hey, I know that you're there. You're not going to be able to do anything to me. And yeah, proceed with farming. Miss a couple minions here and there, because like I said, if he all-ins us, then, you know, this is what happens. He all-ins us. I know that he doesn't have enough damage, so I just walk away. I don't have much mana, but with Udyr being as fed as he was, I go in, do my Q in melee range, making sure not to jump to him, and then I had my flash ready in case I needed to flash away. I think I put Ignite on him as well. So I was just going in with the support mind frame, where I was going in, Ignite, use my Q within melee range so that it doesn't leap to him, and then I'm getting the maximum amount of damage to help Udyr out. And then once that was done, basically peace out of there, but I didn't need to because Renekton already ran away at that point. He's teleporting in. I'm going to jump over the bottom wall and then jump over the other bottom wall just to get out of dodge, get to safety, and wait for him to push. Once the wave comes here, throw out my W, use my Tiamat to clear it real quick, and then back. So at this point, I think I pinged that he was missing and that he was probably going bottom. Pinged them to get out of there because they're trying to fight something now with taking dragon damage and then trying to take his damage. I back. They continue to try and fight this for whatever reason. We can't contest this because they don't have enough health. We don't have it fully de-warded. I think it was this ward that gave them away. And then once we go back, we start buying a serrated dirk because we want to start working on our Drakthar, Blade of Drakthar. That way, every time we leap, we get the extra penetration, which is what we're going to need if we're actually going to want to start going toe-to-toe with Renekton and actually not dying. So they get the dragon, unfortunately. Let's see here. I think if we look at, what is it, C? Well, here's my runes and masteries, by the way. So, went for Conqueror, went for Triumph, went for Legend Tenacity, so that way I don't get slowed a lot, especially stunned or anything like that by Renekton. Last Stand, so that way the less health I have, the more damage I do. I saw that Diana was coming in, so I used my ult to get away, disengage out of that fight instead of continue fighting. I probably could have stayed and got the kill on Diana, but then I would have died to Renekton most likely. So better play safe than sorry. He's got about 11 farm over me, and I guess to finish off these, I went with Bone Plating just to reduce some of the damage that Renekton does to me. So after I get hit by him, which is usually going to be by his dash, it'll be his dash that usually I'll get hit by, and then his two-piece combo where he stuns you and then uses his Q will do that much less damage, which will also heal him for less because he's not doing as much damage to me. And then I get Overgrowth, so that way as more minions die in my lane, I'm starting to get more and more health, so that I can try and be a little bit bruisery towards Renekton as well, because if I don't have that, he's just going to kill me in a combo and I'm not going to be able to get a spell off. So I had Udyr come, we killed Renekton again. I think at this point my ult is about to come off cooldown, so I roam bottom for a double kill, I think it was. I use my blades at Diana just to kind of get her off the wave, so that way she loses some to the minions. And at this time use the opportunity to go here. I wait in the bush for a little bit to see if Diana's going to follow, and then once I see that Diana shoots her thing here, I proceed with going bottom, and then I wait for what he's doing. He's going to do this, she's going to throw her, what do you call it? Jump in, flash, use everything, kill her. That way I can make sure that she's actually dead. Alright. Use the flower here just to see Renekton, because I saw that he was actually heading south to us. Continue with last hitting. He used his dash, so he doesn't have his dash again. Use my Q to get close. Proc the auto attack. Basically just go in, do extra damage. I'm not looking to kill him. I'm looking just to try and provoke him to get his ultimate out, which is what I did do. and now he has no ultimate. So now the next time I go into him, I don't need my ult to kill him. So the next time I go into him, I go in with the intent to kill, which is going to be right here. So jump in, do everything, do my 3-piece combo. I think it's right here that he stays. He actually does back. Okay. It was the next time then that we end up going toe-to-toe and I end up killing him. Because I finished off my Blade of Drakthar. I started working into, I think it was a Black Cleaver. Because I just want to keep on building armor penetration. Just so that way Renekton never becomes a problem at any point during the game. Because that's the only thing that would really shut us down this game. We could go the usual Talon build, but I feel if you do that, you're going to be missing out on a lot of damage versus somebody, a tank like Renekton. He's heading south. I think I see that he's heading south, so I start pinging them to get out of there. Yeah, I start telling them, please get out, because you have Renekton coming. I start heading bottom just in case, because I'm afraid that he's going to go down there and get a triple, and I don't need that right now, especially when I've denied him so much. I didn't deny him in farm, but I denied him in kills for sure. Go back to farming, and then I think this is where we actually go 2v2. Right here. Use my ult, go invisible, put my 3-piece combo on him, kill him. Udyr kills Diana. Works out perfectly. We're at 5-1 right now. Take this tower, and then I think we go on and take the next tower as well, or at least get it to halfway. Oh no, that's right. I deny Diana by taking her raptors and everything, so that when she tries to go back to them, she has nothing there, and it keeps her a little bit behind. So we go back, we farm this, and then we back. That way we can finish our, or we can start building our, I think it was our Black Cleaver that I built next. Bottom got Dragon. I think he goes in and gets a double at this point. So far our team's not doing too bad, so it's nice too that they're not feeding. I warded this bush so that way I could see when Diana was there, and so I warned Gangplank, hey look, she's gonna be coming top again, because she's been going top almost all game and getting kills. In fact, I think that's the main reason why he died twice. So I ping that Renekton's MAA, go for the farm. Then, once I have the farm, go bottom and try to pick up a double kill again. So they don't see that I'm coming this time around, but they are backing off just because the wave's there. I decide to just attack this because they're not going in, they don't have the health, and then basically just run out. I think I sit in this bush for a little bit because Renekton's coming, and then I fight Renekton. I shoot the blades out. Once he gets slowed by the blades, I try to catch up to him so I can land the Q and then get a 3-point combo off on him. Fortunately, he runs away, so I go back to lane, and when I'm in lane, I think that's when he comes back. Tiamat to clear the wave. All right, here we go. Go top for a double kill. This is actually kind of funny. So he luckily survives. I go top with a fucking shit ton of mushrooms. And see Diana. Diana tries to fight me. Or she doesn't try to fight me, she just dies. I know Teemo's in one of these bushes somewhere. So what I do is I try to shoot my blades out, come back so it rakes everything, look for any things, use my Tiamat, get hit by a whole bunch of these fucking things. But then, this is the tell right here. When Teemo, I walk right about here, his Comet came and gave him away. So any Teemo players, pay attention to that. Cancel his back, do that, he's dead. And then at this point, I'm like, oh fuck. So I just kind of wait here and try to back while I'm slowly dying by Teemo's poison. So picked up double kill top, 7-1. We finish off our Black Cleaver. Oh, I could have swore we finished off our black. I guess we didn't have enough. So we bought the Kindle gem so that way we can get more cooldown reduction. We're sitting at about 20% cooldown reduction, which is making our ult a 64-second cooldown, which is really nice because that means every minute you're able to get a kill, and you should be getting a kill. Like, you shouldn't be sitting in lane with an ult wondering, like, hey, what do I do? You always want to look for a gank top, a gank mid, or even try and kill your own lane if you have your ultimate available. Because it's just so powerful that it's kind of a waste if you just sit and don't do anything with it. At this point, I kind of bait him. I don't expect that Gangplank's going to do anything here aside from take farms, so I just kind of say whatever and then go top. But then after I see that he slowed him down, I press Q, get the slow on him, do that, walk away because we actually have 4 people here, and it's not a good fight. So we back out, and then I think I sit in that bush up there waiting for Morgana to face check. And then I thought she was still on the other side of this wall, so that's why I jumped over the wall, because I was going to try and, like, Q her with our W ult and then kill her. Unfortunately, she didn't. This is the crazy play right here. Throw out blades, go onto him, flash out of there so that I don't get stunned by Renekton, then end up going on to Diana, picking up the kill on Diana, and then going on to Renekton to finish him off, winning that team fight for us, and taking Aphelios out of the match first just because he was kind of fed from bottom. He was like 4-2. Always focusing the ADC because they're going to die instantaneously to your combo, especially when you're fed. If I would have focused Diana or if I would have focused Renekton, it would have been too much time, and then went back in for the auto attack on her. But yeah, if I would have went on to Diana or if I would have went on to Renekton, they would have had too much time to be able to CC me, and then I probably still would have walked away with a kill because I still had my flash and I could have played around the situation. But the safer play was doing what I did, is where I hit all of them with my blades, hit all of them with my ultimate, queued onto Aphelios, killed him instantly, used my Tiamat for AoE damage, and then flashed straight out of there in the span of like maybe about a second or two. This is actually quite curious because Teemo saw that I was there and he could have easily started attacking me. But I was going to back at that point until I saw Renekton was middle. And then when I saw Renekton was middle, I decided to kill him. But when Diana showed up, or who is that, Jhin? Or Aphelios. When Aphelios showed up, that's when I was like, okay, well, I'll just get the hell out of here. I don't have any mana, so I try pinging them saying, like, look, guys, I don't got any mana. I even type it in chat. I'm like, don't engage. I don't have any mana. And then I tell them I'm going to split bottom. Because now that we're so fed, if anybody tries to 1v1 us, or even if somebody tries to 2v1 us, or even 3v1 us, we could probably walk away with 3 kills. Just because we're Talon. Basically, how we would handle that situation is we'd throw our blades out, use our ultimate, wait for... well, actually, what I would probably do is throw my blades out, Q to somebody, use my ultimate then, and then wait for my Q to come back up while I'm invisible, and then kill one person off, try to get next to a wall, jump over, and then play with that situation to try and pick up another 2 kills. So I told them, don't engage, don't fight anybody without me, I'm just going to push bottom, so that way if they put pressure mid, we got both mid and we got bottom, right? We'll be able to get 2 towers, especially with how fast we clear waves. It would be kind of silly not to. So they don't listen, they go in, they get wombo comboed, they all die. They do pick up some kills, which is nice, but in the end, I think they all end up dying. So they're all dead. I see this happening, so I start heading over as fast as I can to try and help out. I pick up a kill on Renekton because he doesn't know what to do. Jump over the wall, use our ult so he can't see where we are, throw out our blades to slow him down, Q him with Tiamat, he's dead. And because of all of the Black Cleaver that we went, and then afterwards we went into a Last Whisper, that was our next buy after Black Cleaver. The Last Whisper is going to build into a Mortal Reminder, so that way we can stop the healing off of Renekton's Q, we can stop any healing that Aphelios will have with his attacks and everything like that. That he has, I think it's his melee dagger or something that heals him every time he attacks, and he attacks ridiculously fast, so he heals up quite a lot. Renekton's obviously buying Thornmail to counter me, but at this point, because I started building so much armor penetration, it's a little bit too late for him to try and catch up to that. So we're sitting at, what, 21 armor penetration with 20%, and then when we finally finish off, and then we get also another 24% from our Black Cleaver. So by the time we do our combo, we've already got like 50%, maybe more armor penetration, plus the 21 extra armor. So his armor goes from 200 down to 100, minus the 21, I think it was, that we had. So he tries fighting us here. We go back on. Look how much damage we do. We kite him as best as we can. We go back in with another Q. We force him to pop his ult because of how much damage we're doing. Just constantly running in and out of the battle, waiting for him to come back, landing the Q, using the Q to jump in on him. This was my mistake. I fought him under tower. I shouldn't have fought him under tower. If it wasn't for the tower, he wouldn't have died. I mean, if it wasn't for the tower, I wouldn't have died. He would have died. So that was a misplay on my part, and that was the last death that I had. And I don't know what this guy was trying to do. He was just being a knucklehead. But he was very, very harassing throughout the entire match. And then he TP's back. He tries to get a kill on him. I think they do actually get a kill on him because he runs down here for some reason. Who knows why? He goes back in and hits him. Runs away. Diana lands her thing on it. He flashes. He gets pulled in. He gets wrecked. He starts running away. Who knows what he's trying to do, right? Like, I understand you're Udyr and you could run and do a million amazing things, but why? Why tempt fate when you can just do something? Reset, go back, take it safe, then come back in. So we end up coming back to lane. We finished at 12-2 and 4, I think, or 12-2 and 6. So there's about one more kill left to do, and then we win the game because I think they forfeit. But if they wouldn't have forfeited, we would have won it regardless. I was nearing my the completion of this. I go in on him, fight him. He does a lot of damage. I decide to jump away and then go back in. That wasn't a good area for me to fight him anyways. So while they're all there, I go and I get all these berries because I know that my team's here. Put a ward up there because I know that they're going to try and come and contest Dragon. And then I think this is where I pick up my next kill because Diana comes a little bit too close. I Q onto her, throw my blades, and walks away with a kill. I start Dragon because rather than chase them, getting an objective is always more important, especially with how fed I am. It's easier to take down Dragon. And then I do finish off another weapon. I think I do get Sanguine Blade after the Mortal Reminder because I have the Mortal Reminder now. And I think I start building towards a Sanguine Blade. Get onto the other side of it so that the AoE from the Tiamat kills the last Raptor. Always looking for farms so that way we can keep on getting gold so we can get their last item. Got 195 farm. Best in the game so far. Jump over the wall, try to Q towards Morgana, but miss, so I go on to Teemo instead. Kill Teemo, jump over the wall, Q back in on Diana because I saw she was low on health. And then that won us that team fight there. Try to heal up off of these minions. And then I think I go for her red next because there's no real play that I can do here aside from just clearing minions. And then this guy gets caught out, so he ends up dying. He leads him towards his traps. I try to slow them down for him so that he can get away. And then I back right here. So I ping on Gangplank, tell him like, look, they're coming for you, bud. Might want to get out of there. Udyr wants to do Baron. Not really a smart play. And then that's when they surrendered. That's the end of that. That was the 12-2. Our runes for that match: Conquer, Triumph, Tenacity, Last Stand, Bone Plating, Overgrowth. There's all the numbers. You can see exactly what it did. Total gold for the match. Damage graphs. We were absolutely disgusting worths of damage. Yeah. See, towers. We destroyed 2 towers for our team. The other guys destroyed a couple. But yeah, overall was a pretty good match. Them rue the day that they were born. So that concludes the commentary for the game that we had. Again, if you're ever fighting against a Renekton, that's what I would recommend, is just immediately start building as much armor penetration that you can. Percentage armor penetration is better than flat armor penetration at the very beginning, just because you'll get through a huge thick amount of their armor before, you know, they start building the armor that they need. So like, I guess you could say they had what, 80 armor from that, 40 armor, so 120 armor plus whatever armor he gets just as being Renekton. I think he was up to 200 armor at one point, so just even having percentage based armor penetration off of that, 24% with the 20% or 25% here, that's pretty much 50%. We're knocking his armor down to 100, like I was saying during the video. And then the 100 armor is further reduced by our 21 lethality that we have here, which knocks off, I think, 21 armor. Something, I don't know what the conversion is for that. So yeah, and then build some lifesteal so that way we can trade with Renekton a little bit more while also having Mortal Reminder to cut down on his healing. So, and then the next piece would have been Sanguine Blade for the extra attack speed. So if we ever were to fight Renekton one-on-one, we have all that armor penetration, we have all that extra healing, and then we have all that healing reduction on him. And at that point, I don't think he really ever win that scenario unless we really, really outplayed it and couldn't get our W stacked on him with our Q stacked on him. And then again, we had Ignite and he didn't, so that's even more damage. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and click that follow button to see more. See you next time.